Hi everyone, it's Mel here and I've got a story time to tell you guys. And I normally don't do this because I used to back then as in 2010, I used to do rant videos, story time videos, and people never liked them, so I ended up deleting them. So yeah, now it's become a thing. So let's get into my story time. Oh, but before I do, because I know for sure I'm gonna get asked a lot what's on my eyes and what's on my lips. Oh great, the camera's out of focus, but there we go. Lashes I'll put in the description box because I don't remember myself, but they're really nice and they're double lashes as well. The contacts I'm wearing are the Solotica Hydrocore Avela, which is a hazelnut color. They look amazingly natural and I would recommend them to anyone who is interested in these lenses. They're quite expensive, they're made in Brazil, but they are very comfortable and very worth the money. You can get them from lens.me or you can get them from Solotica UK. I'll put all the links in the down bar below. Lips are Lime Crime Coette. So yep, let's finally get into it. So this is regarding my experience back in April this year with my boyfriend. We were homeless for like a couple of hours, so that's why I've put the clickbait above. It wasn't like actual homeless if you thought I was homeless, but yeah. We had a really bad experience with Airbnb and then it turned good, so I guess overall I would go with them again. But anyways, it was April 22nd and I decided last minute that I wanted to go to Melbourne with my boyfriend. So this was a Friday. I was actually messaging my boyfriend while I was on my lunch break and I was like to him, it's long weekend, do you want to go for a drive to Melbourne and spend the weekend there? And he's like, wow, it's gonna be a long drive, why don't we just book flights? So I had to look online. All the flights were so expensive, so I was like, you know, I'd rather spend that money doing something in Melbourne rather than spending it on flights. We can just drive there, save a bit of money and use it for something else. So it was like, yeah, alright. So we had to look online for hotels because we already decided that we were going to drive there. And I thought it was going to take 8 hours to drive there, but it literally took 10 freaking hours. What? So crazy. I mean, we drove to Queensland before and that took roughly the same amount of time, but like, yeah, I just thought that 8 hours, you know, Melbourne to Sydney, Sydney to Melbourne, didn't include the rest periods, didn't I? But yeah, I decided to have a look at hotels and whatnot, and my boyfriend suggested Airbnb, so I signed up an account with them and I had a look online. I saw some really nice apartments, some really old looking Victorian houses. Oh, they were just so beautiful, and my price range was like less than 300. I didn't want to spend more than that for 2 nights because we're going to stay Saturday night and Sunday night and leave Monday. Because Monday was a public holiday, I would be able to drive back, go to work the next day. So anyways, I looked on Airbnb, I found a really nice apartment and I was like to my boyfriend, let's book this place in. It's in a really nice suburb close to the city, 20 minutes drive, and it's close to Crown Casino. Looks great, let's lock it in. So I waited for him to reply. So while I was waiting for my boyfriend to reply to me, I actually tried to get in contact with the guy who owns the apartment. So before I get into all of that, let me just explain. Airbnb is like an app. You can download it on the iPhone, on Android, you can go through it on the website, and what it is a place where you can actually rent other people's places out. So for example, I can put my place here right now up for rent. You guys can come and rent my place for a certain price. So I can charge you cleaning fees, service fees. So it's like staying in a hotel, but you're just staying at someone else's place. I'm pretty sure someone out there can explain Airbnb a bit better than I can right now. But that's how it works. Just an idea for you guys, I guess. So while I was waiting for my boyfriend to get back to me, I decided to get in contact with the guy instead. I looked at his reviews. He had one review from one couple there and they said that it was a great stay. The host was really nice. Let's just say his name was James. So I contacted James on the app and I was like to him, hey James, my boyfriend and I are from Sydney and we're traveling to Melbourne for the long weekend and need a place to stay. Your apartment looks like the perfect place. Is there any way we could check in a bit earlier on Saturday morning if we arrive before 2 p.m? Please let me know. I messaged him that because obviously my boyfriend and I are driving from Sydney to Melbourne, and we're gonna get there earlier than 2 p.m, which is the time he said that is the check-in time. Just like a hotel, I guess. But yeah, we definitely needed somewhere to go in to check in early because there was no way I was gonna wait a couple of hours before I get to actually shower, brush my teeth and all that. So I wanted to ask him if I could check in early. So he messages me. He goes, "Hey, I flew out to Perth in a huge rush last night thinking I wasn't going to find anyone to stay. You're most welcome to stay, and timing is not an issue. The only thing is I didn't have time to put away all my stuff and put on fresh linen from the cupboard. If you're okay with those minor things, it's all yours, plus the beers in the fridge for the extra hassle. It's 100% clean, just not 100% tidy." And like, I thought that was pretty like cool. Like a few beers in the fridge, yeah, sounds good. Linen untidy, something I can deal with. I can just change it myself, no big deal. So I messaged him back, and this was when my boyfriend messaged me back, and he's like, babe, it's fine, like, let's just stay there. It's a fairly good price, let's do it. Okay, so I messaged James back and I was like, "Hi, totally fine with me, so who do I pick up the keys from tomorrow?" He goes, "Awesome, I can leave them in my letterbox from tonight. The beers in the fridge are yours for the extra effort of moving my clean washing that wasn't dry yet, and clean linen if you want." So I was like, great, the beers won't go to waste. Have a good long weekend. If there's any problems, I'll give you a buzz. And he goes, "Absolutely, the keys are in letterbox, blah blah. Linen at the bottom of the kitchen cupboard space with clean towels." So that was it. That was a mini conversation in the message, and I was fine with that. I messaged my boyfriend. I was like, "Oh my god, babe, we've got an apartment. We've got a place to stay. We're not gonna be homeless. Whoa!" So my boyfriend and I left Sydney at midnight, and I drove first. I drove for 4.5 hours, and my boyfriend drove for the next few hours. And we got to the apartment, we got to Melbourne at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I think it was roughly around that time, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, we got there. We got to the apartment. The keys were in the letterbox, and it was so cute. I thought it was sweet that James had put the keys in a chewing gum package, so it looked like someone just dumped rubbish in there. And like, you know, if you opened up the letterbox, you'd be like, "Oh, there's gum," like, you know, you wouldn't want to pick it up. So I took the gum out, and the keys were hidden inside, so I buzzed myself in. So the apartment is situated over a secure car park, which is fenced off, and you need a pass to get into the fence. So I passed the fence, parked my car, went up to the park with my boyfriend, tired as fuck, seriously. And then we realized we couldn't get into the apartment. The key wasn't even the right key. Like, it did not fit in the keyhole at all. My boyfriend and I just, like, we were a bit shocked because we were like, what the fuck? Why isn't the key working? So we had to look around the door. We looked under the under the door mattress thing because we thought, you know, hey, maybe he might have a spare, I don't know. But nothing. We could not find any spare keys. We went back to the letterbox to check if there was another key there. No, nothing. Went back to the apartment. He was frustrated as it was, and he was sort of taking it out on me, and I was like, "Sorry babe, like it really wasn't my fault. Like, I didn't know that the key wasn't gonna fit. The guy is in Perth. I'm trying to call him right now. I'm doing the best I can." We were just very frustrated at each other. It was the worst experience to be so tired, like sleep deprived and hungry, and we haven't brushed our teeth, washed our face, had a shower, you know, like we were just very angry people. You didn't want to mess with me at the time. Yeah, like we tried to ring James so many times. He did not pick up. I left a voicemail. I was really nice about it. I was like, "Hey James, it's Melinda here. I'm hiring out your studio apartment. I just wanted to call in to let you know that the keys weren't working. Let me know if you have a spare, or if you know someone around here that can give me the spare. Let me know because I'm dead tired from my 10-hour drive. I just want to get in and sleep." And of course he doesn't message me back. He doesn't call me back. So my boyfriend and I hop in our car. He's dying to take a piss, so we drive to the nearest shops. He goes to the toilet. I sit in the car and I wait and wait. no call from James. So then I end up giving him a couple of voice messages, again very nice ones. I didn't want to be rude. I tried to be as understandable as I could. I mean, he had to fly off to Perth in a rush. It wasn't his fault. It was probably an emergency, I don't know, but I was pretty pissed off at the fact that I asked him if there's any problems I can give you a buzz, right? And he said yes. And obviously I'm staying at your place, you should be able to have your phone available at all times. If there was an emergency, I could give you a ring straight away. What if your house was on fire? What if some druggo got into your apartment and was smashing things in your house? What if your cat was dying? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, why would you not pick up, you know? I was pretty pissed off, and my boyfriend was not a very happy man. Like, I'll chuck in a clip of me sitting in the car with my boyfriend at the time, waiting for James to ring us back. I'm sort of really annoyed right now because my boyfriend and I have been driving for the past 9.5 hours from Sydney, and like, we're tired. We haven't showered yet, we haven't brushed our teeth. I haven't been able to do anything. I just put my makeup on just now, as all in the car, and I'm so freaking tired. I'm not in the mood for this, guys. I'm not happy. I should have booked a hotel. I kind of regret booking with him now. Should have just got to hotel, but yeah, I'm gonna try and call him again. Okay, so 3 hours later, I give a call again and he still doesn't pick up. So I figured I'm just going to call Airbnb because I'm sick of waiting and my boyfriend is getting tired of waiting as well. And like, you know, we need to set everything down and go out and eat because I haven't had lunch yet. So I called Airbnb and I spoke to a Jazza, and she said that she's going to try and get me a full refund. So hopefully, like, she can do that because I haven't personally checked in. I haven't spent a single night there. So like, I think it's fair that we are able to get the full refund back. It was $248. I'm sorry I have to rant to you guys. I feel like I need to let you guys know what's been happening because I am vlogging. Is it gonna be one before I get an answer from anyone? Like, my boyfriend's looking at Airbnb now to see if we can find another place, like a better host or like something at least, you know, because I need to get out and eat. And like, it's a good day, it's not too cold, it's not too windy. Like, I want to go out and do something, not sit in the car and wait for someone to give me an answer. I mean, like, if I don't get a call anytime soon, in half an hour, I'm gonna call Airbnb and see what the fuck is happening. Seriously, I'm kind of tired of this. I hope you guys are having a better long weekend than I am because this sucks balls. I'm gonna go now because I feel like if I talk anymore, I'm gonna get really annoyed and probably just take it out on you guys. Bye. You know, it's like lunchtime. First of all, I'm lacking sleep. I haven't brushed my teeth. I haven't showered. I chucked on makeup on my dirty skin that hasn't been washed. So I had a full face of makeup on because I was so pissed off. I didn't want to wait any longer because I was like, I need to go eat. So I'm pretty hangry at the time. When I get hangry, I'm a big bitch. I was pretty hangry at the time. I called B&B. I was like, look, this is what has happened. If we need proof, go through our messages. It's all there. The keys don't work. I still have them with me. What can you do? I spoke to a very nice lady called Jaja there. I think it was Jaja or JJ, but she was absolutely amazing. So she was like, I'll see what I can do. I'll give you a call later on. I'm going to try and get in touch with James first, and if I can, I'll give you the full refund. So I was like, all right, let's do this, see what you can do for me then. So okay, my boyfriend and I sat in the car. We waited about 40 minutes and yet no reply, no return calls from James, no call from Jaja, and I was just pretty much fed up because I was like, fuck, this is like 1:30. I could be eating right now. I'm pretty hungry. I could be doing something else apart from sitting in the car worrying about where the fuck to stay for the night. Instead, I'm sitting here doing the exact thing that I'm talking about now. So then I call Airbnb, I speak to someone else, and I said, look, I spoke to a Jaja from your office and she said she was going to give me a call back regarding my refund. I just need to know what's happening with it because I haven't heard back. So then she tells me that Jaja is actually trying to call me now, so I had to hang up and pick up Jaja's call. and she was really nice. She was like, I'm able to give you your full refund back, so it should be in your account in a couple of days. Fair enough, because it's US dollars converting to Australian, and Airbnb is an American website, I think. Don't quote me on that. So it did come in a few days anyway after all that happened. And Jaja was like, oh, and by the way, while I was trying to get in contact with James, I found a really nice apartment for you guys, the same price as the one you've got now, but in a different location. And I was just so fed up. I was like, look, Jaja, I'm so sorry I have to tell you this, but I didn't need you to find an apartment for me. I just needed my full refund. At the time when I was calling and talking to Jaja, my boyfriend was actually looking for a hotel. We found a really nice place, and I think it was Medina Service Apartments or something like that, but we stayed there instead, and it was beautiful, and we didn't have any troubles whatsoever checking in, checking out, nothing. Like, it was just such a beautiful place. We had our own balcony, everything. 15-minute drive to the city and 20 minutes to, or 25 to DFO anyway, so that was amazing. Yeah, I was like, it's fine, like, I don't need you to look for an apartment for me, I just need my full refund. She was like, I hope that this is not the first and last time you'll stay with us. So she gave me like a $30 Airbnb coupon code, just because she felt really bad for my first experience, because it was my first experience with Airbnb. She was a very beautiful person. I knew that she was going to take care of me, but like, if my boyfriend hadn't found the hotel, I would have stayed at the place that she found for me, but like, it was too late. We were just all very frustrated, and we were like, nah, let's just go with our own hotel. So that's what we did. So after all of that drama happened, I ended up messaging James, and I was like to him, hi James, I haven't been able to get in contact with you all day. Just wanted to let you know that I've left your keys in your mailbox the way you left it last. I had to cancel my booking as I needed to check in early but couldn't get inside the apartment. Okay, so while I was having lunch with my boyfriend, James actually messaged me back, and I was like,
oh my god, about time.
Okay, so what he said was, hey, I'm so sorry. I've just woken up to see this as I was very unwell. I'm normally super responsive and responsible. I'm shocked about the key not working, as that is my spare that lives at my sister's house, and other Airbnb guests used it 3 weeks ago. Right. But if it doesn't fit, something has gone wrong along the way without me knowing. I feel terrible. I can only apologize a million times over, as there is literally nothing else I can do from Perth. To be clear, the tag worked to get you in the building and up to the apartment, but the key didn't fit in the apartment door. ? My humblest apologies. Okay, you were sick, fair enough, but you did know I was staying at your apartment. You did know that, like, so why didn't you have your phone available? The hours are quite different from Perth, by the way. I think they're like 2 hours behind. So when I called him, I think it was like 6 a.m. or something. So I don't blame him for like not ringing me back. But I did tell you guys I waited like roughly 3 to 4 hours, you know, in the car like a homeless bitch. And I was trying to keep my calm down, and like by then it would have been like 9 a.m, 10 a.m. at least for him to be able to wake up and give me a call back, or at least message me back and say, look, I'm very sick at the moment, I'll get back to you when I can, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Like, I don't mind that. I don't mind if someone just says something like that. Just give me a response, like anything, you know, because I've paid for you to lend me your apartment. Like, I've paid, like, I should be able to get in contact with you regarding it. I'm stuck outside, like, help me, you know, because I need to sleep. I'm a crazy sleepless ass bitch. Like, I just need to sleep and eat. So okay, I wrote, yeah, it's okay, whatever happened happened. I did try the key a few times, but it just wouldn't fit. It's bigger than the lock. If that's the actual key to the unit, you might want to check it hasn't been misplaced with another key. The pass did open the gates to the parking lot though. So then he replies, I'm so sorry, I can't stop thinking about it, and I just feel so terrible. I'm hoping you're having a great time in Melbourne anyway. Sorry again. Okay, I don't keep grudges, so it's okay, James. Like, it's happened. Whatever's happened. I don't really care. I'm happy that I had a new hotel to go to. All that's done. At the time, it was just very frustrating. If you were me, you'd probably feel the same freaking way. But yeah, that's my experience with Airbnb. Thank you so much for taking care of me and for understanding that I could not get in and for giving me my full refund. All in all, I think like Airbnb depends on who you stay with and like where you go. You can be good and bad experiences. Like, I mean, you can get that sort of experience anywhere else, even at a hotel. So like for me, it was just a horrible first time experience. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this story time, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.